What if I told you the biggest mistake in life is not poverty, not failure, and not even loneliness? It is something far more painful. Spending your entire life building a future for your children, only to realize in old age that you have become a burden in their own home. Imagine giving them your youth, your sleep, your health, your money, everything you had. And one day, the same hands you fed hesitate to give you even a blanket in winter. This is not just a story. This is the hidden reality of thousands of parents around the world. And today, through the life of a 110-year-old man, you are going to discover 5 painful truths that decide whether your old age will be full of respect or silent suffering. But be careful, because once you hear these truths, you will never look at your life the same way again. When people become successful in life, especially parents who have spent their entire lives building a future for their family, they often make a decision that looks emotional, noble, and full of love. But later in life, it becomes their biggest regret. They give everything they own to their children, their house, their land, their savings, their entire life's earnings. Because in their heart, there is one strong belief: my children will take care of me when I grow old. And at that moment, it feels like the right thing to do. It feels like trust, love, and responsibility. But life does not always respond to emotions the way we expect. Let's understand this deeply through Sikandar Khan's story. When Sikandar Khan retired at the age of 60, he believed his struggle was finally over. He had spent his entire life working for his family, and now he wanted peace. He had a small pension, a house, some land, and most importantly, full trust in his eldest son. He thought, my son respects me the most. He will never let me suffer in old age. So without thinking twice, he made a life-changing decision. He transferred everything, his house, land, savings, and bank balance, into his son's name. His wife tried to stop him. She warned him gently, Sikandar, keep something for yourself. Old age is unpredictable. But he didn't listen, because like many fathers, he believed love is enough to guarantee respect forever. At first, everything seemed normal, but slowly things started to change. When you no longer own anything, your position in the house quietly begins to change too. First, he stopped being part of important decisions. Then he started feeling like a guest in his own home. And slowly, that feeling turned into something painful. He started feeling like a burden. His daughter-in-law began serving food late. Small needs started feeling like favors. Even asking for basic things made him uncomfortable. But the most painful part was not how they treated him. It was how quickly his values seemed to change after losing financial control. One cold winter night, he asked his son for a simple blanket because his old one was torn. His son replied, Abba, right now things are tight, maybe next month. But that same night, Sikandar saw his grandson wearing an expensive new jacket, a jacket more expensive than his entire pension. And in that moment, something inside him broke silently. He was not just cold because of winter, he was cold because of reality. That night, lying alone, he realized a painful truth. When you lose financial independence, you slowly lose influence, respect, and even voice. And that is the first lesson of life. Never give away everything you own completely, even to your own children. Trust your family, love your children, but always keep your independence alive, because the day you lose your financial control, you may slowly lose your dignity too. And this is only the beginning of Sikandar Khan's story. Retirement is often imagined as the most peaceful stage of life. No job pressure, no deadlines, no stress, just rest, comfort, and freedom. But there is a hidden truth most people never prepare for. Retirement can either become the best phase of your life, or the beginning of your slow, emotional death. Let's continue Sikandar Khan's story. After retiring at 60, Sikandar believed he had finally reached peace. He thought life would now slow down in a beautiful way. But something unexpected happened. His routine disappeared. Every morning he would wake up, but there was nowhere to go, no office, no meetings, no responsibilities. At first it felt relaxing, but slowly that relaxation turned into emptiness. He would sit for hours on a charpai, staring at the wall, waiting for time to pass. And this is where the real danger begins. When a human being has nothing meaningful to do, the mind starts working against him. Sikandar started feeling useless, not because others said it, but because he started believing it himself. He no longer felt needed, and when a person stops feeling needed, he slowly stops feeling alive. Days turned into weeks, weeks turned into months, and his world became smaller and smaller. From a busy office life to a silent room. From conversations with people to silence with thoughts. One evening, sitting outside a mosque, he met an old man named Rashid Chacha. Rashid looked at him and asked, "What do you do all day now?" Sikandar replied softly, "Nothing. I just pass time." Rashid shook his head and said something that changed everything. A person who starts killing time slowly starts killing himself. Those words did not just enter Sikandar's ears, they entered his soul. That night he could not sleep. For the first time he realized something powerful. Retirement is not the end of work, it is the beginning of meaning. The next morning he made a decision that changed his life. He started teaching poor children in his neighborhood for free. No salary, no reward, no fame. But something magical happened. For the first time after retirement, he felt useful again. Children started calling him Sikandar Dada, and that one word gave him something money never could: respect and purpose. This is the second truth. If you don't create purpose after retirement, life will quietly take it away from you. Stay active, stay useful, stay needed. Because a person without purpose does not become free, he becomes empty. And emptiness is the first step toward emotional decline. When people are young, they believe money is everything. They run behind success, work overtime, sacrifice sleep, eat anything, and ignore their body completely. Because at that stage of life, the body feels strong, almost unstoppable. But there is a silent truth that only age can teach. You can earn money again, but you can never fully recover a broken body. Let's continue Sikandar Khan's journey. For most of his life, Sikandar worked hard without thinking about his health. Late nights, heavy food, no exercise, constant stress. He thought, "Let me earn first, I will take care of my health later." But later never came on time. At 65, he was diagnosed with diabetes. At 70, high blood pressure joined the list. And after 75, even small tasks started feeling like challenges. But the real pain was not illness, it was dependency. The moment your body stops supporting you, you start depending on others for everything. A glass of water, a walk to the washroom, even taking medicine on time. And dependency slowly changes how you see yourself. There was one moment Sikandar could never forget. He was walking inside his home when suddenly his legs slipped and he fell. His young grandson rushed to help him. The boy lifted him carefully, but something broke inside Sikandar at that moment. It was not his bone, it was his pride. Because in his grandson's eyes, he saw concern and pity. And nothing hurts a strong person more than being looked at with pity. That night he could not sleep. He made a silent prayer. Ya Allah, don't let me become a burden to anyone. And from that day something changed. He started taking his health seriously. Simple food, daily walking, less stress, better routine. Slowly his condition improved, not because medicine changed, but because discipline changed. And this is the third truth. Health is not just a part of life, it is the foundation of everything. Without health, money becomes useless, respect becomes difficult, independence disappears. That is why health must be protected from youth itself, because old age does not suddenly destroy you. It simply exposes what you ignored for years. If you take care of your body today, it will take care of your dignity tomorrow. And Sikandar finally understood. The strongest people are not those who earn the most, but those who can still stand on their own feet in old age. There is a truth about life that hurts more than anything else. We don't realize the value of people when they are with us. We realize it when they are gone, and by then, it is always too late. Let's continue Sikandar Khan's story. For most of his life, Sikandar was busy earning, busy providing, busy building a future. He believed love means responsibility, and responsibility means working hard for family. But in this process, he made a silent mistake. He gave time to work, but not to relationships. His wife stayed with him for 55 years. She stood by him in every difficulty, in every sickness, in every success, in every failure. But Sikandar was always busy earning, busy worrying, busy planning. He rarely sat with her peacefully. He rarely asked how she felt. He rarely said thank you. He assumed she would always be there. But life does not give unlimited time. One day she passed away. And that day did not just take his wife. It took his biggest support, his silent companion, his true strength. After her death, Sikandar realized something painful. The person he ignored for years was the one who made his life complete. Now he sits near her grave. He talks, but there is no reply. He regrets, but there is no correction. And this is the deepest pain of relationships. Time never comes back. Sikandar now understands something very clearly. Money can be earned again. Health can be improved again. Purpose can be found again. But some people, once lost, can never return. And this is why relationships are not something to manage later in life. They are something to nurture every single day. A simple thank you, a small moment of attention, a few minutes of listening, a little appreciation. These small things look meaningless in youth, but in old age they become everything. Because when life becomes quiet, only relationships echo in your heart. And if you didn't build them with love, that silence becomes unbearable. This is the fourth truth. Don't wait to value people after losing them, because regret is the only emotion that grows stronger with time. There is one truth about life that no one can escape. No matter how rich you are, no matter how strong you are, no matter how successful you become, one day you will become old. And the real question is not how long you live. The real question is, how will people remember you when you become old? Let's return one last time to Sikandar Khan's journey. At 110 years of age, he is sitting alone on a simple charpai. His body is weak, his voice is slow, his eyes carry years of memories, but his mind is still sharp. And now, he finally understands the full picture of his life. He realizes something very deep. Old age does not come suddenly. It is built slowly, through every decision you make in your youth. How you treat your health, how you handle your money, how you treat your relationships, and how you spend your time. Everything adds up. Sikandar thinks about his past. He remembers giving away his wealth too early. He remembers ignoring his wife's presence. He remembers wasting years without purpose. He remembers neglecting his health, and now all of it has become his reality. But the most painful realization is this: people don't suddenly become lonely in old age. They slowly build loneliness throughout their life, one choice at a time, one mistake at a time, one ignored moment at a time. He looks at the empty room around him and whispers to himself, "I did not become alone in one day. I built this loneliness over a lifetime." And this is the final truth. If you want a respected old age, you must start building it today, not tomorrow, not later, not when time is right. Because the money you protect today becomes your independence tomorrow. The health you build today becomes your strength tomorrow. The relationships you nurture today become your support tomorrow. The purpose you find today becomes your reason to live tomorrow. Sikandar's final message is simple but powerful. Do not aim for a life where people remember your wealth. Aim for a life where people remember your character. Aim for a life where your children look at you with pride, not pity. Aim for a life where your old age is not a burden, but a blessing. Because the goal is not just to grow old. The goal is to grow old with dignity. And if you are watching this today, remember this: your future is not decided at 60. It is decided by what you do right now. So build it wisely while you still have time.